Bum, 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 bum. That was nothing. I made that one up.
Yeah.
What if we made our own jingle?
No.
All right, here we go. You ready?
No. Whoa, 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 whoa,
March.
whoa, whoa. Hey, 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 ho, hey. Now you're too loud.
Oh, this is a problem that we've had. All right, hold on. I'll do another one. March mediocrity. How's that?
Much better.
Little vaudeville side. Welcome to the C Ticket Podcast.
The Cozy Ticket Podcast.
hmm And by that we mean it is noon on a Sunday. But actually, Nick, to be fair, it's like 11 on a Sunday because of daylight savings.
Yeah, and who's really being saved here? Because it sure ain't us.
Don't save him. He don't want to be saved. But my name is James Perlas, and over there that is Nick. Gimme another hour, D'Ambrosia.
You know the funny thing about daylight saving time is that it's
What's the
very much
deal?
it's very much like that meme, the me reaping, ha ha ha, me sowing, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like
yes.
in the fall when we fall behind, I'm like, ha ha ha, yes. And then in the spring, I'm like,
Yes.
fuck you.
Well, look, we got so lucky when I got married at that after party because we gained an extra hour of party because we got married on daylight savings.
Yeah,
But
I had
now
gone home before the after party, so that didn't
that
affect me.
was that was so whack. But it was listen, it was delightful then. Now it's hurtful and mean. So she goes
Yeah, well,
last
to be
night
fair, you got married on a weeknight because we're millennials who work in the workforce.
on a weeknight? You
Yeah,
get
I
married
had
on a
work the next day.
Friday?
That's why I went home.
Oh no, I get married on a Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, so the day before a week. No, I was like, I didn't
Okay,
get married
it
on
was
a
you got married on a
Friday.
school night, a work night.
Everybody I know is like, yeah, I'll just take Monday off.
Yeah,
Mondays.
that's nice. It's nice that they have that ability, that they
That's
can afford
true.
to lose a day of work.
Were you subbing the next day?
Yeah, I went to school the next day.
Ugh, cartoonish. It's like you're getting married in high school. I have class the next day, boys. We would have listened. We would have lent you. We would have saved you a plate of wedding food, and that could have been your pay for the day. Like you could have gotten a free meal out of it.
Another round of the meat.
Nick, have we
Hey,
introduced it
your wedding was the first place I ever tried lobster bisque.
It was crab. It was crab cake soup. So no, you didn't.
Well, no, I
No,
didn't.
you didn't. No, you didn't. Welcome to the C Ticket Podcast. It may not be the best theme park podcast, but it's probably somebody's favorite. And Nick, even though our energy is low, the stakes could not be higher.
I did have the steak at your wedding, though, so.
I had a really good, I don't eat a lot of red meat, but I had a delicious steak with our friends Andrew and Alicia and Katie in New York about 2 days ago. So I still got some meat energy in me too.
Yeah, every so often James has to replenish his red meat intake, and it really juices him up. It's like a temporary boost in a video game.
Yeah. It upgrades my sweat, my smell, and my strength. The three
It's like in
S's.
Zelda. In Zelda, it increases your stamina.
Yeah, but if I eat too much, it's like frenzy in one of the in
Yeah.
Elden Ring or in Dark Souls. I just start screaming while meat shoots out of my eyes. Nick, we're back with round 2 of March Mediocrity.
March mediocrity.
That's right. Oh fuck, we should have saved that one for another restaurant round. What a silly. We're back for March. Nope, I've got no pun to insert given this week's shops. I don't know if you do.
We're talking about the stores, baby. Last week was food. This week it's clothing. 2 of the necessities of human life that still inexplicably cost a lot of money.
Yeah, Maslow's hierarchy of needs goes food, clothing, cool gift shop item, and restaurant where I can sit in a boat. That's the bottom of it. That's right. We're talking shops today, Nick. We're talking shops from that excellent bracket you put together.
Yes, sirree. We have divided these shops of our 8 stores. We have divided them into kind of 2 divisions. One of them is I call it the clothing division, even though some of these stores sell items other than clothing. It's kind of the best way to break it down. And then the non-clothing division, which is non-clothing related stores.
Which is okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the 2 overall topics, and I was like, why wouldn't you define the other one as food? Why would you define it as non-clothing? How weirdly specific.
The 2 genders, clothing and not clothing.
It's like defining everything in your house as wet or not wet. There's a lot of in betweens there. Yes, we have clothing and non-clothing. And we're Nick, if I'm correct, we said we are putting a pause on the hunt for this month, right?
Yes, Craven's Corner is taking an unfortunate hiatus as we devote our full attention to the Springs.
That's
King of the
fine.
Springs is in full swings.
Which is funny because he would love King of the Swing. Fuck, he would love King of the Springs.
He would love T-Rex.
Yes, he would. He would absolutely love to hear. What ethnicity is Craven again?
I believe canonically African? Like, I
It,
don't know.
but he's always a white guy. So is he like South African?
He must be. Like, he must be from Cape Town or the jungles thereby.
I'm just curious because I was gonna do a Craven accent and then I got nervous. Hold on, I just want to Google where is Craven from. He always looked like vaguely European to me.
It's
All right.
time for Craven's Corner.
No, this is not a Craven's Corner. We said no.
It's the Craven Movie Minute.
Oh, all right. He's the son. Okay, Nick, we were both very wrong. So you know what? Do you remember what his real name is? Because we really should have just gotten it off that.
Is it Alexei Kravinoff or something?
It's Sergei Kravenov.
Sergei Kravinoff, yes.
Is a Russian immigrant and the son of an aristocrat who fled to the United States in 1917 and the subsequent collapse of Tsar Nicholas II. He is a maniacal big game hunter. Okay. Oh, did you know that he also consumed a mystical serum?
Oh.
He also had a girlfriend named Calypso. I'm going to close this page
Well,
because we're going to
Calypso
go
is
down.
played by Ariana DeBose in the movie.
Oh, I thought I was hoping it would be the crossover to Pirates of the Caribbean.
And it's Tia Dalma becomes Calypso.
Yes, yeah, it becomes Craven's girlfriend. Yeah, we're putting the pause on Craven's Corner because every great hunter must lie in wait. Also, as I'd like to remind everyone, there are still at least 4 months of Craven's Corner.
At least 4.
So if you're missing if you're craving Craven, don't worry, you are gonna get it. I hope by now, if you're listening to this, you did listen and pay for the Patreon Madam Webisode. If you missed the Madam Web Minute, you got at least 80 of them in there, which should tide you over for a very long time.
Yeah, open up those wallets, everyone. It's the giving time of year.
I don't know what Madam Web is, some fans have said, but you know what? As long as you enjoy
I want
it,
that on the I want that on the poster. I don't know what Madam Web is.
I don't know what Madam Web is. Do you even know who I am? No. Nick, how have you done before we dive into March Mediocrity? You done anything fun lately? Anything cool?
Have I?
You tell me.
I must have.
You started a new show. You ate
No,
some
I
food. I bet.
haven't. No. Have I eaten anything good?
I bet you ate
No.
something funny. How goes your quest to ruin your body with Baja Blast?
I gave up soda in January.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, mostly because it's expensive and I owe the government a lot of money. So I only drink water now.
I don't know why. I really like the fact that the thing that made you give up soda was a monetary function, not any sort of health concern or athletic. You're like, nah, fuck it. I just don't want to spend the money on soda.
No, if I can save $14 a week, I'll be fine.
That's how much a Baja Blaster costs you? Like, what's the deal?
No,
with
I
that?
think they're like $8 a box for like a 12 pack, but I figure 12 pack lasts you about 3 days. Then
That's a bit, right? Now hold on, stop.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Okay, all right. I was gonna be like, Nick, we have to have a serious conversation.
No, I was limiting myself to one a day.
We
Sometimes
should get
two
you.
if I really needed to take the edge off.
I want to just see one thing, and then we'll dive in. I want to see if we can get you a Baja Blast cooler, like a dispenser. You know what I mean?
Like a
no.
keg?
Yeah, like a keg. Now, okay, I am tempted to get you this. Too bad I just bought you something for your birthday. Because you can get a Mountain Dew Baja Blast like soda water bottle, but the water bottle is shaped like a giant can of Baja Blast. It's like a metal water bottle that looks like a Baja Blast. Also, I want to highlight something. One-on-One Flavor Superstore offers for $270 a gallon of Baja Blast soda-flavored liquid concentrate. So you can make your own. But here's the thing. The flavor is listed as Baja Blast soda-flavored liquid concentrate, but then when you look at the bottle, it says lemon pound cake. What are the notes on a Baja Blast, Nick?
I mean, I suppose there's notes of pound cake if you really break it down.
Is it lemon pound cake? Is that what the base flavor is?
I mean, there's got to be lemon in there somewhere. So maybe that's like that brand's base lemon flavor.
This concentrate goes a long way, but remember, now, Nick, 1 cup is only 1.3 drops. Oh, okay, all right. Photos of bottles do not reflect actual contents of the product. Okay, so maybe it's not lemon pound cake. But, Nick, if you think about it, I know you owe the government some money, but for $269, you could have a literal gallon of Baja Blast concentrate, and you need 1 to 3 drops to make a glass.
How do I make it soda though? How do I not just make it
Oh,
Baja water?
I guess you would need like maybe seltzer.
What is a tame Baja Blast? A Baja Bop?
A Baja Bop, a
A
Baja
Baja Bump?
Fizz. Also, I will tell you this: for $8, you can get 30 milliliters, and it comes in a little dropper bottle, and it says Blast of Baja Soda because I guess they can't use the actual name.
Okay, now that, I mean, I feel like if I got a Soda Stream and that, I'd be in good
Yeah,
shape.
I have a Soda Stream. I'll tell you, I love
Really?
my Soda Stream. Yeah, we don't
I've
use
never
it
seen you use it.
we don't use it super often, but like we use it with dinner if we want seltzer. But we also don't drink soda, so like I would like to try carbonating something weird like milk. But the problem is it only comes with 1 bottle, so like I'm afraid I'm gonna get like the milk stain
Just
will
fucked
stay
it
in
up.
there.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably talk about March Mediocrity, huh?
Yeah, King of the Springs, round 2. We're doing the stores, we are doing the clothing division. Today in our bracket, we have such establishments as World of Disney, the
Yep,
Marketplace Co-op,
yep,
Tren-D,
yep.
and Disney Style.
And the winner of this week, I don't know if they'll be are they the one going up against last week's winner? Or is
I
that yet
don't
to be
think so.
determined?
No, I think it'll be the inverse.
So the winner of this week will be moving on, and at some point they might, if they're lucky, face last week's winner, which was
Much
T-Rex.
was it?
Yeah, it
No,
was, right?
I don't think it was.
I think it was.
I think Maria and Enzo's won.
Did it? No. T-Rex won. I'm like 99% sure. I can't believe we both forgotten.
Are you sure? Hold on. Let's
I'm not.
check the tape.
I'm not sure. That's the problem. I
Let's
thought it
check
was
the tape.
T-Rex.
When I was filling out our bracket the other day to like figure out our orders and stuff, I fairly confidently highlighted Maria and Enzo's in green.
Oh my God! How do we?
I'm pretty sure that was the final round.
Are you checking?
I'm gonna check right now. I'm gonna pull up the tape.
No, I think we talked about how. Oh God!
We talked about how fucking shocking it was that was what was winning.
Maybe. The problem is, so a little behind baseball, guys. My laptop died.
Also, I've been meaning to address this with you. The term is inside baseball.
Oh, have I been saying behind baseball?
Yeah.
It's
Like
because I don't watch baseball.
very confidently every time you bring it up, which is more often than me.
Behind the actor's studio, a little inside baseball. My laptop doesn't work anymore, so Nick has been handling our Photoshop duties as well, which is why we're just doing 1 Photoshop a week right now. Because he already has so much on his plate. And yeah, usually I would remember by making an edit or a photo, but I didn't this week. So we've kind of just forgotten who won our own tournament. Nick, we should use listener engagement. If you remember who won March Mediocrity Round 1, let us know below. All right, are you scanning?
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that I think could maybe swing 50-50 for me. Just because I think, like...
I just skipped to the end.
There's 5 minutes left.
Man, that's just the way March Madness and March Media included.
All right.
Really nice Italian restaurant. Renowned favorite on the internet meme chicken restaurant from celebrity chef Guy Fieri. Dumb fucking dinosaur restaurant.
I guess T-Rex did win.
The way March Madness and March Mediocrity work.
Yes, T-Rex won. I remember Maria and Enzo's beat. Somehow Chicken Guy lost to the stupid airport, I think.
So I was conflating that in my head because we got a very angry message from a listener that we put in our Instagram story.
Oh, about how Chicken Guy didn't win?
And that in my head became that meant that Maria and Enzo's went on to win. Hold on, let me update our bracket.
Yeah.
That's fucking embarrassing. What do you think? We listen to our own show? Fuck you.
I actually do, but I don't ever make it through the whole episode.
Hey,
like,
you know what? If you gave us more money, I wouldn't have to work 4 jobs and I'd have time to review these things. So subscribe to our Patreon, cheap pieces of shit.
This is we've done.
Yeah, that's right. New marketing tactic. Fuck you. Give us your money.
We've done some research and it shows that like audience engagement and customer respect are actually on the decline. And what people want is audience hostility. They teach you when you perform that it's you versus the audience. That's what really matters. So, we wanted to build a new level of competition. And speaking of competition, Nick, why don't we kick off this week's bracket? Who's going up first?
Well, first up, we are going to have World of Disney versus Disney Style.
All right, so World of Disney. Now, Nick, I've been to World of Disney. And is it true it is the biggest Disney store? Like the one at least at Walt Disney World?
Yeah, it's the world's largest collection of Disney merchandise, according to the official copy.
Boy,
The
it's
ultimate shopping destination for Disney fans of all ages.
Yeah, we're reading the same copy. I was going to say that the shop ones are a little more lackluster than the restaurant ones. Explore a vast collection of Disney merchandise where you're sure to find something memorable for virtually everyone. A renowned centerpiece of Disney Springs, World of Disney is an attraction all by itself. Inspiring touches are on display. Oh, I'm sorry. Inspiring touches.
It's not inspiring touches. It has inspiring touches.
I found that sentence very
whenever
strange.
whenever I walk in the World of Disney, I'm just inspired to give you a little touch, a little rub.
Inspiring touches are on display all around the store, including mystical movie posters, enchanted art, and animation ink jars. So, what are you waiting for? Come experience the undeniable allure of the World of Disney. Never mind, that's a pretty good copy.
The undeniable allure really fucking hits. That's good.
Yeah, between the undeniable allure and the inspired touches, World of Disney is a lot more of a sensual experience than I remember, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I'll be honest, the libido doesn't really get activated when I walk in this store necessarily, but it seems like the vibe they're going for.
Are you sure your testosterone levels are high enough, Nick? Do we have to start getting you some Craven-esque supplements, like some bull shark tea? We can get it from one of our friends over at Animal Kingdom. I'm sure they sell shit like that.
Yeah, the secret fifth gate is where they just sell you animal testosterone.
Illegal animal products. So, Nick, World of Disney is for once one that I have frequented a lot. And your enjoyment of it is going to depend on if you like Disney stores. If you do, this is the biggest one with the most stuff. If you don't, you are going to hate this place because it's like a fever dream.
Yeah, mileage may vary because there's also the element of it is in a free location. Anyone can go there.
Yep.
It is
very busy. For
the most part, claustrophobic to get around.
Yes.
At a lot of times of day.
And it is absolutely how can I phrase this? Because there is validity in doing this, and like especially because Disney has become so prohibitively expensive, in my opinion. I think it's become even more valid. But it is very much the dad cannot take you to Disney, so he's going to take you to the World of Disney store at Disney Springs, and that is going to be the Disney trip for the day.
Yeah, and you're going to get your picture with the Cinderella statue out front, and it's going to be, oh, look, you're meeting Cinderella.
Yeah, it is very, very busy in there. I have never been in there and found it to be calm. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I'm on vacation. There's probably a lot of other vacationers there. But it's also a big spot when like cast members get their discounts around the holidays, their coupons, because there's so much shit to buy in there.
Yeah, they have just about everything, which is a huge, mark in favor of this store. It is essentially a department store for just Disney merch. It's got... Now, here's a little complaint, though. I don't think it is organized very well.
No, there's no, like, real rhyme or reason besides there's a section with, like, if I remember correctly, like, dresses, like princess dresses, and then that's the only one I could remember being, like, off to one, like, sectioned off. Everything else was just all over the fucking place.
So the first problem is there's like 4 different points of entry, or 3 or 4 different points of entry. And the main center point of entry is where they have like all like the current line that they're promoting. Because, Disney always has like a new color or a new merch line that they're promoting with a new Spirit jersey and new Loungefly bags and new ears and shit like that. That's always kind of the centerpiece. So you'll have some shirts, some bags, some men's and women's clothing there. But then there's also a section for like t-shirts. that has like men's stuff. And there's also a section for like nice clothes, but some of the nice clothes are men's and women's, and sometimes the women's are on the same shelf as a men's clothing. And then across the way is hats, but the hats are not with the clothes, but then the kids' clothes are next to the hats. And then there's toys kind of near the kids' clothes, which kind of makes sense. But there's more shirts in the back that's like a different merch line section. And then there's like another toy section, and it's just like all very. And then there's a houseware section. It's very like,
Yes.
I can picture the layout of the store, but if you ask me, hey, where is this item, I wouldn't be able to get to it.
Yeah, and it depends on where you come in from, and then the checkout section is like big and long. It is not like if you don't like Disney stores, this is going to be your worst nightmare. Now, Nick, in terms of theming and how the place is, it's got this sort of it goes along with the rest of Disney Springs, right? It's actually kind of nice. It's sort of like a tan wood with a lot of glass, correct? Like there's a lot of natural light and junk.
Yeah, and compared to what it used to be, it's a shell of its former self, in my opinion. I
Really?
don't know
Okay,
if
so
you have much memory of the original World of Disney design and layout.
I'm gonna Google original right now.
Fairly recently, see if you can get a date on when the renovation was as well, because fairly recently they essentially gutted the store and redid it from the ground up. The original store had more like divided sections, like not that there were doors necessarily, but the
Okay.
walls were a little more closed in. It wasn't this like open floor plan. This was at the time when like everyone was going open floor plan because the Apple Store was doing open floor plan.
Okay.
So everyone was kind of like trying to ape that idea, and World of
Um,
Disney did the same.
it got. I'm trying to see when it got renovated. Oh, there are multiple World of Disneys. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's one in Anaheim as well.
When did it get additional location Disneyland Paris? Oh, sorry, my TV just started playing Sunday Today with William Geist. I don't see when the renovation was. Oh, 2017 remodel. Oh no, that's Anaheim. The Disney Springs was remodeled with a grand reopening on October 27th, 2018, I believe.
Okay. So yeah, it was fairly recent that they completely redid this store.
What did it used to look like?
So to be fair, it was, again, the confusion element was there, but I also think that gave it this like sense of wonder of like you walk through this door and you don't know what you're gonna find. Like I remember
Okay.
there was a room that sticks out in my brain because I was a big pin kid. I loved pins. I still do.
You were always a big pinhead, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. I should have said that. Good joke. The room with all the pins and jewelry had a giant statue of the crocodile from Peter Pan with his like pocket with like the clock that he swallowed, the watch thing.
Okay.
It's like there was a big statue of him, and that room had like a green vibe and like a nice carpet and like counters with jewelry and stuff.
So was it like more cartoony overall?
It was certainly more like 90s. I don't want to say gaudy because I still think it was a higher end thing, but it
Mhm.
definitely had that more childish feel to it. Like it wasn't a place that adults would be like, "Oh, this is a nice store."
Well, we've talked about that, like, and like a lot. So much of '90s Disney stuff was like hashtag in your face with colors and stuff. And like, while it may have been trite at the time, and now it's like nostalgia for sure. Like everything is so boring and uniform now, and it's this may be a weird thing to draw, but like it's the thing I talk about with Katie a lot. How cars are becoming more and more efficient, right? Like the way to make them, the way to build them. There's a correct way to do it that's better for fuel economy, that's better for air resistance, but it's becoming homogenized. Like every single car looks the same now, which is why I used to think the Challenger looked so cool because it was one of the only types of cars that still looked a little different. And that's how I feel about like especially with like with Apple and the way that their UI works and the way that everything they do works. Now I realize what's weird. My ring light turned off. Ever since that, like I feel like the homogenization of what works, what should be open concept, boring wood minimalism. Yeah, I that's how I kind of feel about what's happened with Disney. It used to be a lot more colorful and in your face, zany.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the logos for World of Disney, that really kind of paints a picture of what the store has become. The old logo, while nothing special, was still this very like kind of like special feeling, rustic copper kind of
Okay.
signage. And now the new logo, when you look at it, it is just like a sans serif blocky font in multiple colors with the Disney official font of the word Disney. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just a branding thing. They just want it to feel like Disney. And I'm like, bitch, they're already at Disney Springs.
It's yeah. Who am I gonna mix this up with? Even though apparently the one in New York has no affiliation with Disney stores, it is just World of Disney.
I'm sorry,
But
what are you talking about? World of Disney in New
I,
York?
I, yeah, there used to be one.
I've never heard of that. That's incredible. I've never heard of this.
You didn't go to the giant Disney store in New York?
I have. It's just the Disney store in Times Square.
The World of Disney is part of the Disney Resorts and is not associated with the Disney Resort. In 1994, Disney Stores opened its flagship location in New York City on the corner of 55th and 5th Avenue.
Yeah. Isn't that Times Square? No.
Yes, maybe. I don't know.
No, because the Times Square location is the one I'm thinking of.
The 2004, it opened a 3-story New York City space formerly occupied by the flagship Disney Store on Manhattan's 5th Avenue. So, but then it closed in 2009, and it was dismantled. Yep. Okay, so it used to be. That's very interesting.
Because I would say 55th is a little more uptown than Times Square, so that's not where I'm thinking.
So they got rid of a Disney store. This is actually just a fun. They got rid of the Disney store, opened up a World of Disney, which is apparently not the same thing. Then that one was too expensive, so they got rid of it and went back to the Disney store.
Marketing's weird, and now there are no Disney stores.
And now there are no Disney stores. But while we're talking about this one, we have to talk, because we've talked about outside aesthetic and inside aesthetic. There is a compliment to be given, and there's a giant Stitch in front of their sign.
Yes, that is still there, and that is like the last vestige of old World of Disney to cling to. But for some, that could still be a negative, I think, because it spits water on you.
But it's so easy to avoid. It's not like you have to be pretty unlucky while you're walking under there to get that sweet Stitch spit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not intentionally, at least.
Yeah.
So, again, I think World of Disney advantages. Let's break it down scientifically now. Outside aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
I think outside aesthetic fits in with the rest of Disney Springs, but it's not remarkable in any way, really.
I'm like, even right now, I'm looking at I'm trying to see. I'm seeing I don't know. I can't tell which. Maybe this is old World of Disney. Did the outside used to be a lot more colorful, like with red?
I think so.
And there used to be. I don't even know who's in this. I think it's like Pluto and Mickey and like a metal, sort of a globe of the Earth and like a crazy flying machine. Did that used to be out there?
That used to be out there. It was Huey, Dewey, and Louie, I think, were in something. Or maybe they were inside. Yeah, there used to be characters hanging from the ceiling and shit. They'd be playing Disney movies. Now they still do that, but there's just like projections on the floor sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard not to compare. Yes, I'm looking at the old Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and they're looking through a giant sort of pseudo telescope. I remember these things vaguely from when I was a kid, and it had a much greater it made you want to go in there. It felt more fantastical. It felt more like an attraction than a store. Yes. Now it fits in very well with. How would you describe the Disney Springs aesthetic? It's got like a lot of kind of like lighter colored wood, a lot of like latticed glass work. I don't know what you would call that.
I would call it
wealthy Floridian?
No, I would call it like artificial elegance. Like,
interesting. Elaborate.
They are trying to fabricate the experience of being at a high-end shopping area. Despite the fact that like they also want you to be at Disney. It's like they're trying to create. Now, I understand the logic of we want to create a space that, adults can enjoy who might like they're trying to, cover their bases. 4 quadrants. They want to create a space that can be enjoyed by families with kids, but they also want to create a space that can be enjoyed by people who have to go for a convention in Orlando and have no interest in being at a theme park.
Yeah, this is just so, and I mean, like, right, you can trace the trajectory from downtown Disney to Disney Springs. It just sounds fancier. It sounds more upscale,
Yeah.
It looks like Ridgewood, New Jersey.
Like, there's a lot of parts about downtown Disney that I miss and am nostalgic for. But I think overall, the Disney Springs aesthetic is a lot more effective and in line with kind of what a place like this should be. Downtown Disney was very much like just thrown together. Here is a big Planet Hollywood globe. Here is a big Cirque du Soleil tent. Here's a hot air balloon. Here's a train. Here's a big Disney store with a Stitch that spits on you.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, here's Pleasure Island, where there's a big moon man and a mirror person and adventurers. Like, it was very all over the place. And again, I appreciate that. But for this modern era, I do not think if that was still what it was, this place would be something that people are like, we should probably tear this down, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I sort of miss that like throw to the wall and see what sticks type of thing that got us like the water park designs and weird rides that they had to shut down. Like we
Yeah.
talked about this with Happy Hauntings. Everything feels like it has to be played so safe and so sterile now that I feel like you lose good ideas.
And I think that's the biggest knock on the interior vibes of World of
Yeah.
Disney, is
Yeah.
that it very much feels like the current Disney, or the recent Disney attitude, I should say, of how can we maximize what people are spending, as opposed to how can we make an experience that guests are going to remember. Um
That's very well put, Nick.
yeah, and I think that World, again, this is just me speaking, and I feel like we need to be fair here and judge it for what it is, not what it isn't or what it was.
Sure.
But for me, first night at Disney, we land early afternoon, go to the hotel, get settled in, head to
Hmm.
Disney Springs, dinner at Rainforest Cafe. How exciting. It's something you can't do at home. Okay, let's go to World of
Yes, it is.
Disney.
It literally is, but okay.
Let's go to World of Disney and get your autograph book and pick out a new pen and maybe pick out a shirt or a hat for you to wear for the vacation. Oh my gosh,
Uh,
it's so exciting. You're walking into all these rooms that have different themes. You never know what's around every corner.
yeah,
Oh,
it
what are
feels
you
like
going to
you're already
find
at
in
the
here?
park.
Yeah, it's part of that experience for me and part of that memory. Now I feel like if you're a kid, it's just like, okay, can we get out of the store and go to a theme park now?
Yeah. Yeah, and we did say we were gonna look at outdoor aesthetic, indoor aesthetic, and offerings. And I still think the outdoor aesthetic is not bad with the giant stitch on the sign and he spits in your mouth and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's hot.
It is also, it
Um,
does say something though about the current Disney aesthetic, where though there is a giant Starbucks built into the building.
did not know that.
Yeah,
Did
like
not
in
know
the
that.
center section. So you know how like the front faces the water, kind of
Yeah.
parallel to the water, opposite the stage where like dance troops will perform and stuff.
Uh-huh.
There is a Starbucks that is like recessed into the World of Disney facade.
That's honestly really funny.
Yeah, and I was like, huh.
I did not know that. You know what? That does say a lot about it because everywhere in Disney now has a Starbucks. I like often. I don't think when I get coffee, I almost try to get like non-Starbucks coffee there. I'll just get the regular like Pete's. Or is it Pete's? Peets?
I don't know what that is.
The coffee company there that isn't Starbucks.
I don't know. I know Joffrey's.
Oh, maybe it's Joffrey's. Maybe there's two. Either way, yeah, that does say something about it. What do you call it? Okay, so outdoor aesthetic, big Stitch, kind of marred by the Starbucks. Why not Stitchbucks? Inside is kind of a fever dream. It is fun if you're a kid. As an adult, I can't say I love being in there because there's no sense of it depends on my mood. If I'm in a meandering
Oh, see,
mood,
my point was that I think as an adult, it's better because it's just like an efficient floor plan, but I don't think it's as efficient as they think it is. Because kids,
it's
like, what is there to look at? It's not exciting. There's no like big Mickey hanging from the ceiling. Like, what I want if I walk into World of Disney is I want like a suspended Moana on a boat, or like a big ass Maui, or the house from Encanto that I can walk through. Right?
Yeah, you know, it's you'd almost expect what was happening at the camp stores that I worked at,
Yeah.
where there's like a mini activity or something like that. Like you'd expect something like that for a place called World of Disney and it's their flagship store.
Even regular Disney stores had like a little castle or like a little section you can walk into and sit and color and sit down for a minute and watch a movie. And that was just like at the Freehold Mall. Like that,
Yeah.
that was
Hey,
not
listen,
like,
the Menlo Park Mall still has the beautiful Rainforest Cafe.
yeah. So like, I just don't know why World of Disney doesn't have a little bit more charm to it internally.
Yeah, no, that's true. Um, all right, so that it's got that, and here's what we'll say in terms of the service it provides. It is the catch-all of Disney stores. You can get anything and everything there, which is kind of a positive. I remember when I was a kid, we were looking. I really wanted a Winnie the Pooh and a Jack Skellington shirt. I wanted those two types of characters, and we couldn't find them at any other store. And they're like, "Go to World of Disney." And we did, and I got a shirt with Jack Skellington on it, and I got a shirt with Winnie the Pooh on it that I think is still somewhere around this house. So they do serve a purpose, but it's not exactly, it's the shotgun blast of Disney stores. It is not a precisely calibered item, you know?
Yeah.
And Nick, who will this monstrosity be facing?
Disney style. Now, I have a
Oh,
strange
God.
feeling we could go to another first round knockout upset here. Because Disney style is admittedly one of my favorite places to shop at Disney.
Okay.
And particularly Disney Springs. Make sure you're looking at the Disney Springs Disney style location when you're looking at images.
Okay.
this store is like the kind of high fashion, quote unquote, Disney store. Everything's a little more
Yes.
expensive. The material's a little better as opposed to like the t-shirts and stuff you get at World of Disney.
Yeah, but they're
This
not.
is
They
where
are
you
kind of
get the
nice.
more like designed items. That's like you ever
Okay.
see those like lines where it's like, oh, designed by Ashley Eckstein. Now, sure, they might have that at World of Disney as well because they have everything there. But
Sure.
Disney style is where you're going to find that more focused collection of merchandise for someone who is looking for something maybe a little less in your face Disney and a little more
Uh-huh.
subtle. Like denim jackets with like fun patterns on the back that relate to princesses or
There's a
yeah.
villain's dress line. There's like
Yeah.
a little, it's like a straight up dress that looks like Evil Queen. This is what you're going to see white women wearing at the park. I'm going to put it that way.
Yes, white
Yeah.
women and me.
Yeah.
This is uh to quote Blazing Saddles. Where the white women at? Well, I think they're at Disney style, friends. Um so Disney style is very Instagrammable as well.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
store where you walk in and there's like a teacup you can take your picture in. There is kind of neon signs on the wall. What does this one say? This one says dig a little deeper from Princess and the Frog. There's like small world patterns on the
I mean,
dressing room
yeah.
doors.
The promo image says it all. You have two women who have stepped out of Bushwick, one of whom is wearing a Donald Duck shirt with complete with like big attached bow tie, and a woman on the right who is wearing a sort of styled down fedora and a big Wild Woody the cowboy belt, and they're both holding up and pretending to eat like photo booth props of a Mickey ice cream cone and popcorn.
Yes. Let
And
me put it this way. If you are an influencer, you shop at Disney style.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, literally, one of the YouTube links under it is like a shopping guide for Disney style. So, in terms of aesthetic, I will say this. The outside, not as nice as World of Disney.
Correct.
It is kind of boring. It almost looks like it used to be a Target. Well,
I
not in
do
terms of size,
I
but
do like the simplicity and elegance of the logo, how like the Mickey ears hit the corner. Are you looking at that?
yes. Yes.
So it's just a plain white building. This is over by
It's a
the
fourth,
AMC.
it's a fourth of a Mickey outline.
Yes. So it is each side is one side of the Mickey outline with one side of the ears, and it says Disney style underneath. Very generic, kind of blocky font, plain white
Mhm.
building. But there again, there is a simplicity to that contrasts nicely with the, I want to say, planned intentional gaudiness of the inside, where it's like not
Yeah.
gaudy. Again, I keep throwing that word out there. It's not what I mean. It's more, again, think of like an Instagram, like you ever see those like Instagram museums? Like the
It
Museum
is
of Ice Cream. It's that kind of
everything
energy.
everything in this store is meant to be a backdrop for a photo or is meant to be a thing you can put on your story.
Yeah, like
It
right
is
now
not
I'm looking at a display that has hats for like Tinkerbell that kind of look like Tinkerbell's bun, and they have like a green dress that is reminiscent of the Tinkerbell dress, and there's a neon sign that says "I'm so fly."
So hear me out. I would say that everything in this store is not meant to be a cohesive unit. Each piece of it is meant to stand alone as a photograph you can take, right? So like you
Yeah,
don't need greater context. It is not going for what Disney Springs is going for, which is just kind of a smorgasbord of things. Each one is trying to stand as its own Insta backdrop. Now, I will say I appreciate that it's a little more cohesive. It seems to kind of it know what it is, and yes, it's a lot of white women platitudes. Hashtag my happy place with a picture of the castle on the ceiling. Live, laugh, love type of things. But I like that there's different like kind of backdrops for the section or the thing being sold, right? Like even if they're hokey and kind of tacky, the I'm so fly hashtag I never land,
yeah.
whatever. At least they're coherent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you
That's why
also
I
have,
wore a hat
the
today.
Rapunzel lanterns hanging from the ceiling, which is something that happens at the Disney store in Times Square when you go up the escalator. That again, why can't you do something like that at World of Disney? Like it just makes sense.
Because
This
that's
is like
not well, the Disney's the trash heap of merchandise, pal.
World of Disney is the machine through which guests should be churned to seep them of their hard-earned cash.
It's
Disney
like a
style
rock
is
tumbler.
yeah,
It
yes.
shakes them for a little while.
Yeah, until their brains are smooth.
Yeah, and then they purchase. So on outdoor aesthetic, I give it to World of Disney. On indoor aesthetic, I give it to Disney style. Now, let's talk about offerings, Nick. You were talking about sort of this is, Disney style is you're looking at the appetizers and you go, ooh, avocado spring roll. I'll try that. And World of Disney is, hey, they have the appetizer sampler that comes with wings, mozzarella sticks, chicken tenders, and spring rolls. Let's get that.
Yes, World of Disney is a diner menu.
Yes.
Disney style is like a mom and pop shop that is like, oh, can I get the pancakes? We're out of pancake mix.
Yeah.
All right, what else is good? Like they're rotating more frequently. Like they're not always going to have the same thing. Like I feel like it's more beneficial to pop into Disney style every time you go than World of Disney, because I feel like there's a higher chance of seeing something new or interesting.
Sure. But we have to examine, excuse me, what is its impact on Disney Springs overall?
Yes, that is important.
And you kind of isolated who these are going to be for. Disney style is going to be for the trendy Instagrammers. It's going to be for people who want to dress up a little bit more. I wouldn't say Disney bounding level, but there is definitely some aspect of that, which is when you dress as a character from Disney, but not so much that they can yell at you in the park. Correct? Is that what Disney bounding is?
Disney bounding is wearing an outfit inspired by characters that maybe fits
Yes.
a color scheme or a style or an aesthetic without fully wearing a costume, because that would just be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous.
It's not quite cosplay, but it's cosplay for people who think cosplay is weird.
Yeah, maybe, or it'd be also because you can't cosplay in the park. I mean, that could also be why.
Yeah.
You straight up can't. But that's what Disney bounding is. That's what this store has a lot of. So it's kind of tough because I think this store does a better job. But I think if you were to ask anyone which one is a bigger deal for Disney Springs, you're going to hear World of Disney. So what's your opinion here, Nick?
So my opinion here is that we need to have a discussion about Disney merchandise as a whole in order to assess the value of having quantity over quality. Because I think quality of merchandise, Disney style takes it hands down. Quantity of merchandise, obviously World of Disney is going to be, like you said, your smorgasbord, your sample platter. Anything you want could be there. But does Disney have enough merchandise that is worth getting to necessarily allow us to give the offerings category to World of Disney over a more focused Disney style store?
Well, here's the thing. I think last week what helped us is that we were focused on a demographic, children. This week, we're not really focusing on that as much, right? Just, whether that's right or wrong, we're not necessarily factoring in one specific category as much. And I think that's going to give us a little trouble here because if we were talking about adults, it's going to go to Disney. It's Disney style. If we were talking about like what has the most offering, if you're bringing a family, it's probably going to be
You're going to get your
Disney.
Toys, your plushes, your princess dresses, things like that. So I think it comes down to, and here's what it is for me, at least. This is, again, my personal opinion. Most Disney merchandise designed for people like me. So I'm talking t-shirts, hats,
diapers,
clothing,
socks, Baja Blast cans.
Most of that merchandise is insufferable, and I would not be caught dead in it.
Yes,
however, for someone like me, but that is also coming from someone like me who wears that quote-unquote garish Mickey t-shirt or all-over print button-downs with Sebastian the Crab on it. So it's, again, big talk coming from me. But I think something like that at least has a specific aesthetic as opposed to most Disney t-shirts they put out that are just like, Walt Disney World 2024, crazy font, 7 colors, and then on the back they also put shit. Like, I hate this trend of like a t-shirt. I was like, oh, that's a cool design, and you flip it around to the back, and it's got like size 17,000 font. Disney is my homeboy. I suck Mickey's dick.
Hold on. That one specifically, I think we should make. Disney is my homeboy. I suck Mickey's dick.
Wait, James, wait. Do you remember those photos I sent you of the military appreciation line of merchandise when I was down there in January?
Yes.
That, to me, is what World of Disney stands for, which is that we want to please everyone, so we have made things that please no one.
Yeah, I mean, with that argument, I'm God, there is some validity here to both of these, huh? Um, it's going to be a little bit of a demographic argument, though, right? Like, are you trying to please the people, or are you trying to please sort of the elite? With what is the pricing at Disney Style? Can we figure that out?
I mean, it's a little more high end than like a t-shirt. So like you're looking at, a $70 sweatshirt, or like a cup, maybe a dress might be 100. Excuse me. I don't know.
Ooh.
I haven't bought much there, because again, I will say a lot of their merchandise skews toward like feminine
Yeah.
merchandise, but it's stuff that like there also is like you're sometimes get your men's button downs or spirit jerseys and stuff in there as well.
The thing is, these are okay. You know what? I'm back to Disney Style for one reason, and I think they are a little more sequestered. I think they are a little more upscale. I think they are a little more expensive. And I think those can be a negative, right? Because like Disney's already charging you out the ass. But
Yeah.
I appreciate that there is these articles of clothing. I just looked at a bunch of them on their Instagram. Look intentional. And by that I mean they don't look like they've been churned out by a machine to just be thrown on a rack and sold. And with places like Disney, after a certain point, you see a shirt where you're like, who the fuck designed that? And you realize just they had to hit a quota. And,
Yeah.
it's March, which means we need a March shirt. You know what I mean? So it just says Disney March 2024, put Sully's nuts in my mouth. So Monsters Inc., more like Monsters Balls. I'm going to give it to Disney Style because it almost feels like, whether it's hoity-toity hipster clothing or not, whether it's the Urban Outfitters of Disney, it still feels intentional, and it feels like it's trying to appeal through actual quality and design over, like I said, Nash shotgun blast blowing up 8 ducks at once.
I also go with it, but only because it's also where you could have found this line of Kermit merch that
Whatever
I
the
sent to you.
fuck you're showing me is so hard to. Oh, okay, yes. Okay, that never
I
mind.
sent this to you. This is literally in our videos that I sent to you. So,
Hell yeah!
the all over print Kermit bucket hats and silk button downs. So,
Now the
Disney
Kermit
style,
silk button down, I like.
Disney style knocks out World of Disney.
Wow.
Wow.
Goodbye, World of Disney.
Wow.
Rest in piss. All right, Nick. Who's
R.I.P. in
next?
piss. Next, we have a matchup of Marketplace Co-op and Tren-D.
I'm sorry, Nick. I just have to pause you for 1 second. I opened up that window that I had with the Baja Blast, and for $40, you can get a Baja Blast themed Easter bucket, including a 20-ounce tumbler, a car freshie, a 7-ounce Baja Blast scented candle, a neoprene wristlet keychain, Baja Blast themed, and a Baja Blast themed bunny, as well as some Baja Blast favored peeps.
Well, maybe if our ungrateful guests and listeners subscribe
Shut
to our
up.
Patreon, I'll be able to afford my Baja bucket.
Bro, there's so much Baja Blast merchandise on Etsy. It's actually insane. All right. This is beautiful.
You mean I don't need to drink 300 Baja Blasts in a year to make enough points to get a $16 tumbler?
Nick, stop. Were you aware of this? That there is it's official, it's from Total Wine. There is a hard Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
I had heard about it. I mean, I know we almost got it at the Taco Bell in New York City, but I didn't know they were bottling it and selling it already.
It's in cans with a fucking shark on it. It looks awesome as fuck. It's only 5% alcohol, but I think it's well worth your investment, buddy.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna drink like 6 of them.
You gotta. There's zero sugar, man. There's zero sugar.
It's barely a blast. It's more of like a puff if you only drink one. If it's a true blast, you're drinking the 6-pack.
Yeah, this is a wet fart. All right. Where we going, Nick? Co-op or Tren-D?
So let's start with the co-op. Now, this is going to be interesting because I always was under the impression that Tren-D was a part of the Marketplace co-op. James, are you familiar with the Marketplace co-op?
I'm unfamiliar with both of these.
So the Marketplace co-op, so they share a building. The Marketplace co-op is, as
they co-op a building,
indicated by the name, several smaller little boutique-style locations within the store Marketplace co-op. So this is where during the Disney 100 celebration, the Disney Vault merchandise was. So that's where I got my garish Mickey shirt, the Mr. Toad photo op, the Orange Bird photo op, like that here. That's also where the section with homeware, like houseware stuff, cookware.
It's also called the Merchandise Mecca, which I think is really funny.
Yeah, it's, I believe, for a while. So they're kind of rotating things in and out, which is the nature of this type of store. But it's where I think the D-Tech store was for a little bit also, where you could design your own phone case, magic band.
I can read this to you right now. Marketplace Co-op is home to the following shops, at least according to the Disney Springs website. D-Tech On Demand, Disney Centerpiece, which is that is the Homewares website or the Homewares store, and Disney Tales, which I assume is a dog
It's
pet place.
the pet merchandise store, yeah.
Okay, so they have tech, pets, and homeware, home cooked goods.
And now I'm just like going down a rabbit hole, clicking on all of the individual stores they offer in there. Okay, let's see. Oh no, okay, Marketplace Co-op. Fetch the most adorable Disney-themed essentials for cats and dogs.
Oh,
Plus,
that is kind of
check
cute.
out the Barktastic squeaky toys inspired by some of Disney Park's most iconic foods. This is where you buy like the Mickey Waffle squeakers and stuff.
Ooh, all right, that is cute.
Yeah, but dogs are a menace to society, so
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm just saying
Contrarian.
they're just treat them like humans, and they're gonna think they are. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think, first of all, I don't know who's treating them like humans. Second, I don't know if they have I don't think that's how animals work. Like, if you treat them nice enough, they get smarter. They're not Pokemon.
I've seen Planet of the Apes.
Bro, I just want to say this again on the podcast. I think I've texted it to you. We are getting 2 movies with evil dictator apes coming out, Godzilla vs. Kong and Planet of the Apes 4.
I think you mean Godzilla X Kong.
Good cinema is back. Kino is back on the menu, boys. We're eating good. 2 ape dictators in 2 movies. Movies are back, bro.
James,
Dune
big fan
2?
of ape dicks. Hashtag ape dick.
Ape dick? Ape dick is good. Ape
so there's a lot to offer at the co-op. D-Tech on
There's
demand
also
is where you
Ice Godzilla.
Buddy, you're very loud. I'm gonna have to compress you. I'm gonna have to compress you.
I whispered. I said there's also Ice Godzilla.
Yes, there is. So, D-Tech on demand, Disney Tale. This is also the place where they would sell like art prints for a while. So I bought an art prints here. I got Disney Vault merch here. I've bought plates here before. There's a lot to offer here.
D-Tech died to me when they stopped letting you use the Gaston painting as an option. That's where I bought my original Gaston phone case, and then they betrayed me in that way, and I stopped loving them. I will say D-Tech is really cool.
After Gaston was canceled, they took him off the menu.
Yeah, after they took... Okay, just because he was a man who spoke his mind, and they canceled him. I do think the D-Tech stores serve a purpose, like, because I have 2 Magic Bands. I think I have a Kylo Ren and a Hercules, but I had to look so hard to find that fucking Hercules one. So having a place where you can find them. Remember, you were with me, weren't you, when I bought the Hercules one?
I think I might have been.
Yeah, we had to like go to Epcot and then find a specific. It was a pain in the ass. So I appreciate like when they kind of just let you get a hold of those pretty simply, and that's cool. It's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd buy a phone case there, but
yeah, I think it's cool that there's like the novelty of like you have a screen, you go design your thing. There's also photo ops at this place, like you said. There kind of rotates, like they had the Mr. Toad car you could sit in, and have a big orange bird now. Again, very Instagrammable location. Feels like the open kind of floor plan that World of Disney wants, but without the mass capitalism feel to it.
Yes, I agree.
Because it's like, I'm walking in and now there's like a whole different store, because there's still that element of whimsy that old World of Disney had, in my opinion, where through each door there's like a new set of offerings, and it's like walking into a new location, despite the fact that you're still in the same core state.
Yeah, and like, so I know it says there are 3. I know it says there are 3 different places in there: the doggy one, the tech one, and the home goods one. Do those cycle out?
I don't know if those cycle out, but like the kind of core merchandise store at the front cycles out. I wasn't sure if D-Tech was still there, honestly, or if it had been like downsized a little bit from what it once was.
Okay.
But I know the art place in the back, I'm pretty sure as of my last trip, like wasn't an art place anymore. I think it was like a clearance spot, actually.
Okay, clearance is important too. I appreciate clearance sections. I've gotten, as I said, I frequented the Disney employee clearance store, Cast Connections all the time. This place is cool. What does it look like in there though, Nick? Like, are they cohesive or?
So they're kind of like separated by shelves, and then you can like walk around one shelf to find yourself in the next kind of boutique.
And I'll be honest, I do. Okay, yeah, but like the inside is the typical Disney Springs. Some, like I said, light wood with exposed beam and some natural light. Like,
this is a good segue to transition into kind of getting analytical about this here.
Okay. Oh, I just pulled out my headphones.
So interior here, I think, does get points for having photo ops and for having like an elegant feel to it. Kind of feels a little higher end, again, a little more focused. Which again, you got to judge it for what it is, not what it isn't, but it is, each individual section is focused. There is an element of, okay, why is there a big row of candles and soaps in the middle? And like what are those things like, not humidifiers, where they like spurt out like scents and stuff.
Like scent diffusers.
Yes, they sell diffusers in the middle there that like aren't particularly Disney scents. They're just like that's where the diffusers are at Disney Springs. Which is a weird. There is like a weird element of, okay, why am I looking at dog toys and also plates and also candles? You know.
Yeah.
But I do think that is, if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, this is where the more intentional designed things are going to be.
Yes. I will tell you, this is, I think, the hallmark of getting older, is stuff around your house becomes more interesting to you. Like, I saw the little signs behind the plateware, and I was like, I'd get one of those. I'd get one of those signs. Now, I'm sure they're massively overpriced still, but you know, I like that, once again, everything is intentional here. Even if it's split into 3 different intentions, you know, if you're looking for dog stuff, great. If you're looking for plate stuff, great. I don't know why I keep forgetting the word for cutlery. If you're looking for a phone case, great.
Yeah, and then the outside. Let's look at that.
The outside is not much of anything.
The outside still, I honestly, I feel like it hasn't changed much. However, this like store literally I don't think existed. I think this used to be a sports store. I think this used to be Team Mickey.
Really?
Which was just like, yeah, it was like a vaguely sports themed store where you would get like jerseys and stuff. I'm gonna look that up. I'm pretty sure that's what this location was.
I like the green part. The green is nice.
Yeah, and like the font is whatever.
The font is nothing.
Photos. God, I'm sorry. I'm burping left and right. Yeah, Team Mickey was way cooler. Had way interesting photos and stuff. There was like a Mickey head made out of balls. There was baseball bats and stuff. Yeah, this is where I feel like, yeah.
Made out of balls.
Yeah, there's a Tim Tebow jersey in here, so that's how old this was.
That is, that's ancient.
They would have like mini helmets. There's like Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy statues. Yeah, this store, again, very 90s, but that's an aesthetic I enjoy. This
Me too.
Feels a much more modernized open floor plan aesthetic.
And I don't want to hear anything about how Nick and I are 90s babies with nostalgia, because in reality, while we were born in the 90s, you and I were not very conscious for most of it.
Yeah, I was 95, so maybe 98, 99, I kind of came to understanding what the world was for a little bit.
I was 94, so I agree with you. We did not have much grasp of what was going on.
Yeah, you fucking old fart.
We're almost the same age, Nick.
Dude, you're gonna be a decade older than me, a whole year earlier than me.
That's not. I was bad at math, but that is not how it works.
No, you'll be turning 30 about 12 days before I turn 30.
Oh God, Nick,
because you're the 28th, right? You're December 28th.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm January 11th, so we are all of 14 days apart.
Do you feel anywhere near 30?
Physically, yes. After going to the gym yesterday, for sure.
Well, that's just because you haven't gone to the gym a lot.
You don't know that about me. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
How often do you go to the gym?
Once a month.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 12 times a year?
No, I'm trying to go more often. I'm a busy man. Again, I wouldn't have to work 4 jobs. These fucking freeloaders would give us Patreon money.
I know.
And what, you think I'm going to wake up early and go to the gym? I can't even wake up early to podcast.
That's the thing I'm also not good at. It's the getting. I will go after work and I'll hate myself for it, but I'm like, oh, I still don't want to get up early.
Like, I know teachers who will get up early, go to the gym, and then go work an entire day teaching students, and I'm like, that is insanity.
I don't know how they do it. I listen, the teachers alone, like, I had trouble getting there in high school. How they're getting there even earlier with the brain to teach children, because when you're a student, you can kind of just shut off.
Also, while many of them having children.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, I don't even know. Where were we?
Team Mickey, Marketplace Co-op. Marketplace Co-op. Inside aesthetic, interesting vibes. Outside aesthetic, pretty lame. Offerings, varied.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Tren-D. I'll be honest. I'm going to make a confession here. I thought Tren-D was the name of Disney style until I Googled it and made this bracket.
I'm already having trouble telling what the difference between these two kind of is. Like what the difference between
Tren-D, to my understanding, and at least having been in there, has much more. I mean, trendy stuff,
Mhm.
dresses, bags, accessories.
It does say
Um,
retro afternoon T-shirts that pay homages to the cartoons of the 80s and 90s.
yeah, like this is where that line based on all like the snacks and shit was.
Okay.
And it also says athleisure ensembles. But also, I feel like most of the shit was at Disney style. I feel like this is just a less
Yeah.
Instagrammable Disney style.
Let's check the place out. Hold on, let's see it. I want to look at it. I looked up Tren-D incorrectly, and I got a bunch of ads for like what seems to be some sort of Indian pop band group. I'm not really sure. Tren-D also, you have to really specify Tren-D because this is a Korean girl band.
Yeah, well,
Um,
when you look up trendy store interior, you get a bunch of pictures of Disney style. So
I kind of like the inside of Tren-D though. It's darker. It's got like black and a lot more poppy
oh,
colors. You
wait,
see that?
James, I have to say, the dig a little deeper sign is at trendy, not Disney style. So we were
Oh
misguided and misspoken previously. Does that affect our answer? No.
no,
But
not at all.
yeah, I should say that is something that is here.
It's very interesting to me. Like the only thing that really seems to stick out about Tren-D is their sign, like
Yeah.
the outdoor sign, because it's made out of like it looks like a ransom note made out of metal.
Yeah, that gets the outdoor aesthetic, I think. They're the same building functionally. So that's really
Yeah,
the sign is the only difference that we're looking at here.
yeah, 100%. Um, it. The problem is like there's nothing really distinct about this from like this seems to be if okay, all right, if Disney style was for suburban moms, this is more for like younger people, teenagers. Does that track?
Yes. Their tagline, it seems to be behind the counter and one of these neon signs on a grassy background says, making fairy tales fashionable.
Okay. I mean, okay. Uh,
You know what? I will say this is a cohesive aesthetic, whereas Disney style felt a little bit more, like you said, a little splash of everything.
yeah.
This all seems to fit, like all of their displays have this kind of dark green grass with a neon sign in it. One says, I
Mhm.
got a dream. One says, making fairy tales fashionable. Dig a little deeper. That's what you're going to find there. One little
Yes.
spark, stuff like that is going to be at Tren-D. It feels like a designed store as opposed to an Instagram museum.
Honestly, I said this one. I said the other one looked like an Urban Outfitters. This one looks like an Urban Outfitters.
Yes.
A lot
Yes.
more. Yeah. Um. Okay. I mean, do we want to stack them up?
Yeah, I mean, outdoor aesthetic, like I said, the only difference is the sign. I think Tren-D takes it.
Tren-D takes it because their sign is distinct.
Yeah.
In
Offerings,
the,
I would say, goes to Marketplace Co-op for variety, probably, because it's like
yeah,
it's still that higher end variety. It's a
and
focused
it's still
variety.
and it still has intention.
Yeah.
It's not a scatter shot. So I think we're gonna have to go with indoor aesthetic. What are you
Yeah,
thinking?
that's what it's going to come down to. Again, here, this is going to be tough because Marketplace Co-op has those photo ops and stuff.
Yeah, I
Fun,
no, I think that does it.
but Tren-D, I think, feels like a store, you know?
Sure, but I can go to 1,000 stores. In fact, I can go to a store that looks very, very much like
You know
this.
what? That's a good point. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily what my pick would be, but I see the
Mhm.
argument for Marketplace Co-op on this.
Yeah.
I also think, it saves us the trouble of having to compare two nearly identical things in the final round.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Two Urban Outfitters.
yeah. So, all right, Marketplace Co-op takes it. So it'll be
Congrats, Marketplace Co-op.
Marketplace Co-op versus versus Disney style. Tren-D has been eliminated.
So this is going to be tough because we are once again looking at the store for the proletariat versus the store for the bourgeoisie. It is this is well actually
I
these
mean,
are
even
both
the concept of a co-op
no,
feels very socialist.
yeah, but what I was gonna say is, you know what? No, because there is no non. You have to have money to be buying Disney stuff for your pet, or being at Disney and thinking, you know what we need to take home with us? Plates. Like, and then I know, Nick, I'm sure you have them, but we know where all your money went. So
I own them. I did buy plates at this very store when I first got my new apartment as a housewarming gift for
Do
myself.
you have them?
I do. You want to see them?
Yeah.
All right, ramp. Or not ramp. Ramp? Ramble? Vamp. Ramble and vamp. Ramp, baby.
So, I saw a wonderful musical in New York City. It's called Dead Outlaw. It's a fascinating story. Very morbid, very funny. The Minetta Lane Theater, the Audible Theater. Check it out. Great music.
ASMR. Plate ASMR.
Okay. We're looking at the plates. Let's see them, Nick.
Get my headphones back in.
Oh, all right.
Here we have a set of 6 plates.
Okay.
Mickey.
Love it.
Minnie.
Mickey with polka dots.
Goofy.
Blue Mickey.
I always eat off of Goofy. I would off Goofy's crotch when I have the choice.
I was going to say his is straight at the dick line. Yeah, I like that.
Donaldo Pato.
Yep. And
Angry
finally,
Mickey. There's 2 more.
Pluto
Pato.
I like Pluto Pato. Yeah, good doggy
And
duck.
Chaos.
Not Daisy?
Nope.
That's weird.
Fuck Daisy.
But if you can do everybody else, just do Daisy.
No, because you have to get the branding out there for the line.
I'm also shocked that
I have had guests.
Daisy.
We have never used this plate. This one remains on the bottom of the stack. We have never used this one.
Yeah, of course.
I had to wipe dust off of it.
I like the fact that you said we have had guests. Like I have to get out the fine china for guests.
That is one of my favorite bits. Is when I have guests over, I say, "Because you're a guest, I'll break out the nice plates and I'll take these out."
As opposed to, I assume, the paper ones that you eat off normally?
Look, if you saw the size of my sink, which you have, you would understand why I feel the need to buy a stack of 100 paper plates every couple months. Sorry, environment. I literally, if I had to, I would literally never be done with dishes.
And then he burns them in the yard for economical purposes. He doesn't want to let them go to a landfill. I just burn it out. All I do is make a little harmless smoke that goes up into the air.
So, Marketplace Co-op versus Disney style.
Yes.
I mean, we've talked at length about kind of the pros and cons of each. Again, I think we just got to get scientific with it here. Interiors, I think Disney style by a long shot here. You don't think you don't agree? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to make that fit. Yes, I'm inclined to agree. Disney style has it's different. The dark ceilings and stuff are a little different, which I kind of appreciate. After everything else is the same exposed wood beam window, yeah.
Exterior vibe. This is, again, they're both kind of lame.
I don't know. The Disney co-op seemed to be a little bit more like, ooh, what's in here when I saw it? Like, I don't know, but that could just be a personal thing, you know?
Disney style does have like floor to ceiling windows, which kind of creates that like come into this magical fairy tale land aesthetic. But also it's right next to the giant fucking AMC and across from a beer cart. So like, does it necessarily blend in with the rest of the surroundings? Whereas Marketplace Co-op very much fits the aesthetic of the marketplace setting.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know. Marketplace Co-op just seems very generic. And like we said, they do offer some fantastic, like they offer photos and stuff, which is kind of a big deal. But like, as if we're just looking at it purely as a store, I don't know. It looks like every other. If you were to show me a picture of Marketplace Co-op, I could not tell you it was different from any other Disney store at Disney Springs. So maybe you're right. They do have a cool stack of TVs, though. I will say that.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool, man.
All right. So exterior, where does your heart take you?
Exterior, right?
Yeah. Interior with Disney style.
All right. Marketplace Co-op. I'm looking at it one more time. Disney style store. I have to Google store. Fuck. I closed that window and now I'm getting a bunch of animation ads. Oh God, I forgot that Disney style is pretty ugly though. I'm giving exterior.
I like the exterior. I think it feels, but it does kind of feel like the Jersey Shore premium outlets where I shop occasionally.
Yeah. It does. Or the Woodbury Commons up by Legoland.
Sure.
I'm giving exterior to Disney Co-op, but not by much.
Okay, fair. Which also creates nice high drama where it comes down to our final category: offerings.
So I saw that the co-op still offers clothing too.
Yes,
So that's
like,
kind of
again,
important.
when the Vault collection was there, this was my favorite place to be because they were constantly rotating out, like, the different Vault collection items. So, you know, the Big Thunder line or the 25th anniversary line, the 40th anniversary line, stuff like that was constantly going in and out. Disney Style, on the other hand, has, like, does the same thing, but with a different type of clothing. So it really comes down to
Yeah.
preference.
I feel like I would be more likely to shop at Disney Style because I kind of like that minimalist, understated sort of stuff. I don't have a pet that they're going to make merchandise for. They don't make a lot of rabbit or lizard
Yeah, like,
merchandise.
I'd rather wear a denim jacket that has, like, a small hand-stitched magic lamp from Aladdin on it than a big t-shirt that says, "I can show you the world."
I can show you the world. Yeah,
But again,
that's
let's
true.
remove our bias from it. Average family goes to Disney. 4 quadrants: mom, dad, 2 kids.
Then it's probably going to be the co-op because,
They can buy
hey,
something for Fido back home, their
you can
stupid
bring
fucking freeloading animal.
mom and dad. I heard that's what your landlord calls you. I pay to be here. No, maybe you're right. All right, if we're talking about the family quadrant, mom and dad can buy a plate to bring home. The kids can buy a shirt, and the Donatello of the
And they can,
family.
like, design their own thing. They can get a picture with the thing. But you can get a picture in a teacup or with a Dumbo.
I think that's what I honestly, if you're gonna give co-op a leg up, I think that's it.
Well, but no,
That
because that's a Disney style, I'm saying.
Uh,
There's a
mm,
teacup at Disney style.
I don't, Nick. I don't have any strong feelings either way on this one. I keep getting like kind of minor pulls in
Again,
each direction.
my heart tells me Disney style because that is where I would gravitate toward. Like, I always make a habit of checking what they have there. But co-op does have the variety while still not necessarily going into that big, wide, too much at one time that World of Disney did. So
Should we
I don't
call
know.
them?
Do we do something crazy here?
What do
Do
we
we
do?
put it to a vote? Do we put it to a poll?
Um, well, I don't want to do that because then we have to wait to announce who won, and the episode will be out. We won't have a winner.
Yeah, that does suck. We shouldn't do that. Hey, that's why it was a crazy idea, right?
Nick, it was a crazy idea. But listen, let me. All right, I'm going on to.
Fucking twisted up in here.
I'm going on to questions on Google, and I'll tell you. Can you get Muppet merchandise? No. Do they have Moon Knight merch? Not yet. Those are the questions answered about Disney style. Let's check out the Disney.
They did have Muppet merchandise when I was there.
All right, the Marketplace Co-op. Let's see questions asked about this place. This place has 2.3 stars out of 5 on Facebook, but all the Google reviews are 5 stars, which is actually kind of interesting. Let's read the Google reviews on the Co-op. A lot of 5-star reviews, bro. Got to be honest with you. Oh, they have signature candles. Have a lot of Disney artwork on display. I don't know, Nick. You might have to go to the Co-op. Oh, hold on. This is important. 1-star review. Very disappointed and quite frankly, disgusted. Disgusted. Because apparently somebody took away their stone paver. Like they paid for like a brick in the ground and they got rid of it. I don't really know what's going on, but it's the 1-star review for the Disney Co. I'm not sure what it has to do with the co-op, but yeah, they don't seem happy about it.
Yeah, my heart says Disney style. I just think that, like, the things they have there. Okay, well, you know what? Hey, let's do this. Let's be fair here. Inside aesthetic is where the photo op stuff would be considered.
Yes.
Offerings is things you can purchase.
Yes.
Does that affect your opinion at all?
We gave outdoor aesthetic to the co-op. We gave indoor aesthetic. Well, which photos are you talking about? Because, like you said, there used to be photo ops at the co-op.
No, there still
point.
are. There still are.
Okay.
They're just like, but like the ones I like are at Disney style.
Why don't we just go with the only other thing I can think of is seeing who has the higher review on Google. Other than that, I think you want to give it to Disney style. Marketplace Co-op has 4.4 stars. Disney style has, hold on, 4.3 stars. It's got 1.1 less star. All right, Nick, can you give us a cohesive answer as to why you think Disney Style should take it?
I think that Disney Style hits the checks all the boxes of what you want from a Disney themed shopping experience if you are not 7 years old and on Adderall.
I guess in the end, both of these places are extraneous merch, right? Like they're not things that you need. They're not things that somebody who's there on a budget is going to kind of buy. But I do feel like you're a little bit more likely to buy a nice shirt than you are to buy Disney themed knives and forks or whatever the fuck they're selling at the other place, or a hat for your dog that makes it look like Goofy.
Let's put it this way. Disney Style sells shit I would wear in New Jersey at home around. These other stores, including Marketplace Co-op, for the most part, now that the Vault collection isn't being sold there anymore, sell stuff that I would wear in the parks, but I would not necessarily feel comfortable wearing or bringing to a home, or like to I wouldn't wear that to school.
Yeah, because you'd be bullied mercilessly.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be bullied mercilessly either way for a plethora of other things, but
Not anymore, pal.
that is my Disney style argument, is that it's the place you go when you really like Disney, but don't want people to think you really like Disney.
Let's just give it to Disney, because I think this one, unfortunately, this is just a competition where neither one of us has that much skin in the game. It's not like last week, so we're not gonna get a big impassioned battle on. They both do a good thing, so I think we should give it to Disney Style.
Yeah. So Disney Style takes this round. Congrats to Marketplace Co-op for making it this far, but you are unfortunately going to have to return to the gulag and let the co-op be for those of us who are good and loyal comrades of the mouse.
I want to strike co-op for using a phrase like co-op, which makes me think of like a place where local stores would get to sell stuff. Like, hold on, actually, now that I think about this, the co-op sounds like a place where people who are not affiliated with Disney should have a chance to sell things in a Disney setting, like a flea market. But they just put 3 of their own stores in it.
It's the
theme. So never mind. Never mind. I'm against the co-op on principle. Disney
Let's
Style
look up the
wins.
Marketplace Co-op backstory.
Absolutely not. Disney Style, congratulations. You are now joining T-Rex. We're building a Disney Springs itinerary for one of the strangest consumers I've ever seen. Somebody who wants the insanity-fueled T-Rex dinner, but then wants to buy a subtle but understated Pete Polo.
Yeah, this actually is a nice segue, James. We have to offer some amendments, actually, from something a couple weeks ago. We never got to. Do you have access?
Andrew's amendments?
Andrew's amendments. Could you please?
Oh, God. I wish you would have warned me, because I did not have this. I would have pulled up this text. So our friend Andrew, who we love very much and is not at all a giant pain in the ass, texted me some amendments he was very happy to point out that we got wrong. And Nick, do you remember the episode?
I believe this was going back into we were talking about rivers. So it was the Tigris River or something he was referring to. So it was the Jungle Cruise episode.
He also did at one point send me a Disney card from Chase with no annual fee saying, when are you and Nick talking about Disney vacation personnel loans? Does Seneca own this card? It's going to change his life.
Oh, I have a Disney credit card.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Why I owe the government so much money.
All right, so here's the text I got from him. It's my pleasure to issue the following corrections to your podcast. The Mekong is a river in Southeast Asia, not India. It is an important feature of countries such as Thailand and Cambodia. It is home to giant stingrays and huge catfish. Its headwaters are in the Tibetan Plateau, which I did not know. Cool! Exclamation point. Number 2. Technically, the Venus flytrap is not exotic. They are native to the wetlands of the Carolinas. If I notice any more factual errors in your podcast, I will inform you. Then he followed himself up with, I suppose their limited range would make the Venus flytrap exotic to anywhere outside of the Carolinas. But isn't it interesting that our country is home to such strange organisms? To which I responded with, the gif of the nerds from The Simpsons saying, boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder. And then the green screen template of Baby Billy from Righteous Gemstones going, go outside, nerd. I don't need your shit. To which I then said, it actually is really interesting. We will start a segment called Andrew's Amendments. Then he continued to tell me that Sadie is only in Red Dead Redemption 2, not Red Dead Redemption 1.
Okay, so I was the idiot in that regard. But yeah, thank you, Andrew, for the amendments. We look forward to all future corrections. I might just get some things wrong just so you can point it out, because I love hearing from you, buddy.
I think that we should sincerely bring Andrew on once a month to do Andrew's amendments. Where he can amend the incorrect things on our podcasts and kind of just delight us all with his deep deep tone and thoughtful voice.
Even if he just records a little video for us, I'd appreciate that. We would love that, Andrew. We'd love to have you on. I also want to do a segment where Andrew, who is not a theme park guy by any stretch of the imagination, anytime we cover something particularly weird, we just pitch it to Andrew just to gauge his reaction to it.
Yeah, we'll call it like a normie's corner, where like a regular guy listens to bullshit and tells us what he thinks.
So we also had a very strong opinion about the results of last week. We posted it to our Instagram story, but I think it deserves a reading here on the pod.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Okay, wait. I think I screenshotted it because the problem is I doesn't Apple delete voice messages after a little while.
Yes, but it was on our story, so you might be able to have it.
So this is from my cousin, Valerie, who I took it. I was not mean to when she sent me this, even though I should have been if you're listening. Where is it? Hold on. I have to go to our archive. Sorry, we share so much fun, joyous thing on our story that it's kind of hard to keep track. Okay. This is a transcription of an audio message, so it's probably not one-to-one. James, no. I've never been to Chicken Guy, never been in my life. I still know for a fact that shit should have won this shit, should win the entire fucking March Mediocrity. This is bullshit. I want a fan vote. I want to put a poll in the Discord that I pay for so I can vote for Chicken Guy because this is ass. Fuck Enzo. Fuck Enzo. And fuck her stupid, what was it, airport theme funking wonky ass motherfuckers. No, James, no, gonna get violent. Thank you, Valerie, and thank you, Apple Dictation. We will be putting a Discord poll up. We just have to learn how. Turns out I learned how to make a simple poll, but that can only be yes or no. So all I could put up was, should Chicken Guy win, Y or N?
Oh, well, we probably need to get a bot or some shit.
Hey, do you want to moderate our Discord? We'll pay you $1 a year.
Hey, do you want to be a part of our Discord? We get polls up.
How do you do that, Nick?
You can subscribe to our Patreon. You can join one of two tiers. Our first tier is only $2 a month. That is the average C-Ticket enjoyer. With that, you get access to our Discord, where we'll have episode discussions, memes, and other assorted bullshit like polls. We're also going to work on getting some live events up there. Unfortunately, this first month, we were both very busy. Again, I work 4 jobs, and James works about 3. So we are both 3-ish, give or take.
A single one pays well.
Yeah. So we are a little busy, and we are working on it. We promise we want to deliver on that promise to you. But hey, maybe if we made a little bit more money, we wouldn't have to do that. So subscribe to our Patreon, $2 a month to be an average C-Ticket enjoyer and get Discord access. But for $5 a month, you get access to that Discord, as well as 2 exclusive bonus episodes every month. We currently have an episode up about Disney's Super Bowl ads, as well as our 80-minute Madam Web experience review.
The 80 Madam Web minute. Yeah, the 80
We will
Madam
be
Web
having
minute.
a bonus round of March Mediocrity King of the Springs here. We have a little, I don't know if we want to give it away, but maybe we just call it the treat tussle. We'll call it for now. Maybe we'll come up with a better
treat. The trifling treat.
The dessert.
Charge.
The dessert. The dessert.
Dash.
The dessert duel. The dessert duel.
The dessert duel. The dessert duel. Yeah. The sweet slaughter.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna
and
be
we'll have another one. Another kind of sporty themed one coming up probably next this month too.
There will be a poll for that in the Discord as to what that episode will be. So keep an eye out for that. Join our Patreon. It's $2 or $5 a month. Hey, look, I know I've been joking with y'all for this episode about this, but we do really appreciate everyone who has subscribed so far. And hey, if you can spare the money, we really, really do appreciate it. That $5 a month, hey, it's less than the cost of a cup of coffee these days. Ain't that right?
Goes a long way, and you get 2 extra episodes on top of the 4 you already have. So if you break that down, you're paying less than $1 an episode.
Hey, that's really, really true. Well, no, it's not.
No?
Oh, well, wait.
If you
count our, yes, I would say if you count our main episodes and the bonus episodes. I was like, bonus episode, you're really paying about $2.50 an episode plus tax,
which we do for free, and you can slowly listen to our transition into Dutch and Arthur from Red Dead Redemption as Nick just keeps going, no, we need more money. I don't know, Nick. They're going to stop listening.
Have some goddamn faith, James.
I just don't know anymore, Nick. So yeah, come on out, join the Patreon, have a blast, listen to us talk about Madam Web, and remember, subscribe to the C-Ticket Podcast at Gmail, TikTok, and Instagram.
Okay, I'm
We
gonna
have
try.
another-
I'm gonna give you a mulligan on this one, James. Subscribe
Yeah,
to our
yeah.
Gmail. Yeah, that's what people do. Shoot us an email, cticketpod@gmail.com.
No, wait,
We
I was
love
gonna
hearing
do
from
it.
you.
I
All
was,
right, go ahead. Go.
At cticketpod. Shoot us an email at cticketpod on Gmail. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, where we make lots of reels that you should like and share. Check us out on TikTok because we've been posting episode clips from our live recordings. That's right, you can see our faces now, and we're on YouTube, where not only is there some fun art, but a whole episode you can watch.
Here's a call to action for y'all. If we post a reel, just click that share button. Really means the world.
Yeah,
Those shares
God,
are
please.
the big metric that Instagram and TikTok track is shares, and they want engagement. Yeah, it's nice that you're liking and scrolling by, but they want engagement. I appreciate, hey, even though our views are, like, we used to get, a couple thousand views, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 views on some of our TikToks. It is still incredible to me that 800 people watch our thing and like 70 of them
Enjoy
click like.
it.
Like, that is still wild to me. So we appreciate any engagement at all, but hey, if you really want to help us out, a share goes a long way.
It does, and I don't even think you actually have to share it. You just have
on
to copy
TikTok,
the
literally
link.
all you have to do is click share and copy link, and it tricks it into thinking you're sharing it.
That would
But
mean a lot to us.
a repost goes a long way. Put the reel on your story, right? Hey, it means the world.
That
to us.
one you made about the Uber phone call, Nick, was absolutely hysterical. Made me laugh out loud.
TikTok, baby.
Yeah, check us out, and remember, the only mediocrity is the one that you choose.
What the fuck?
I had absolutely nothing.